Hi guys, in today's video we will be surrounded by lava to be looking into one of the most famous items in the game, the Oakensoul Ring. The Oakensoul Ring, like many other mythic items, comes with a very special benefits, and because it's one piece set, we just need to equip it to have all the bonus. I will be showing you all you need to know about the item, the requirements, where and how to get it, in what situations you should use it, and by the end I will tell you my thoughts about the item and if it's worth it for you to get it. First of all, we have to understand what the ring will bring to us. Basically, if you have the ring equipped, you cannot swap from your primary weapon to your secondary weapon, and the ring will give you 17 buffs. More in detail, the ring gives us Minor Berserk, Minor Courage, Major Brutality, Major Sorcery, Major Prophecy, Major Savagery, Minor Force, Minor Protection, Major Resolve, Minor Mending, Minor Fortitude, Minor Intellect, Minor Endurance, Minor Heroism, Minor Slayer, Minor Aegis, and Empowered. As you can see, I have all the buffs here in my bar. There are a lot, and I just made this little summary where you can see a little bit of which one of the buffs, but I advise you to check out in a website like ESO. In order to be able to search the item, you need to have some requirements to do it. Unfortunately, with the base game you cannot do it. You need to have at least 3 expansions. Greymore, for the scrying and excavation. You need to have the Island for the location of one of the leads, and you need to have Murkmire for another location of the leads. This can be very expensive, but my advice, if you only have the base game, is to buy a month of ESO Plus and do all on that month, and that way will be much more cheap. If you already have the DLCs we talked about, you just need to level up your scrying skill at least to level 7 and excavation to level 7 to be able to search and excavate the leads. Now that we already know the requirements for the item, let's go to the next step. In order to acquire the Oakensoul Ring, we need to find 5 leads. May look hard to get the item, but believe me, it is not. Since you already have the requirements you need, that's the boring part. To get the leads is quite simple and quite fast. I think I got them in 1 day or something like that. So I will begin what I think is the most difficult lead to get. It's in High Island. You have to do the volcano event. It's very similar to Dark Anchors. So we are here. My tip is to get all the shrines first, and then you will see which one is popping up. In this case is this one. So why this lead is a little bit hard? Because if you don't have a very good solo build, you cannot do it solo. So requires a friend or something like that. So test it, see if you can. If you cannot, ask someone to help you. But there is a big secret to get all the leads very easy. You just go below the video, there is this icon, this button that you click that says subscribe, and then you will get all the leads and this gem. This is a gem or a diamond? I don't know. Doesn't matter. Let's get back to the video. The second lead will drop from Titan Claw. That is a world boss. You can find it in Stormhaven, in specific in this little island. You can just go for one of the shrines and then came here. You just have to do the boss until the lead drops. It's simple as that. The next lead could be a little bit tricky, depend on the much population you have on your server or not, because you need to go to Murkmire in any of the cities, because you will have to farm safe boxes. The next lead will drop from that, so you just have to walk around, search on vendors and guilds for all the safe boxes you can get, and the lead will drop there. My advice here, if your server has a lot of population, do this during night, because it's less populated, of course. If you don't know how a safe block looks, it's just like this. The last two leads are the most easiest of them all. You don't need to put a lot of effort, you just have a little bit of patience. So one of them is quite simple. You just have to travel to Malabator and to kill as many enemies as you can, because the lead will drop from any one of the enemies in the map of Malabator. My advice is to do it here in this little city, because you have a bunch of enemies. I think it's the normal place where the people farm it. Let me show you. It is in this part of Malabator, basically. The last lead is even more simple. You just have to travel to Glenumbra and you have to mine, because the lead will drop from mining. So it's pretty simple. You just walk around and mine and you will get the lead. A quick reminder before you start doing all the leads. First check in your journal if you have one or possibly more of the leads, because sometimes you are farming a lead and you already have it. When you end your journey and you have all the leads, you will see that the ring will automatically appear in your inventory. After that, you just have to equip it, and then you can start making your builds and trying to figure out how to use it. I just have a quick tip that's very simple. Imagine that you are using the Oakensoul Ring, but you want to use imagine that you are using the Oakensoul Ring, so you can only use your primary weapon with your primary skills, but you want to use another skill from the back bar. What you have to do, imagine that it's a kind of buff. You go to your inventory, you equip the ring, you swap your weapon, you use the ability that you want to use, doesn't matter what. You go there, you equip the ring again, and you have the buffs and the ring. Now let's talk about the ring, my opinions about it, if it's worth it for you to have. Just remember that we are in 2025, the game have made a big journey, and now we have subclassing, we have scribing, so this means that we have a bunch of possibilities to gain all the buffs we need. So is the ring still good? In my opinion, yes. But you should use the ring in all situations? In my opinion, no. And that's very simple. For example, if I'm playing a battleground that is a very fast fight, very fast pace, yeah, I could use the ring because I will get all the buffs and I will have a few skills to be focused on my fight. That's a good situation. If I'm playing alone, normally I use the ring because I don't have teammates to give me the buffs. So in my opinion, you should use it if you are playing like solo and if you enjoy playing with less abilities, it'd be more simple to play. In the other way, I think if you are playing a trial or a dungeon, or even if you are playing with a big group in Cyrodiil, in my opinion, I think you don't need the ring, because you will get all the buffs from your teammates, from yourself, so it's just something that you are losing because you could have another set with you. So in my opinion, if you're playing being simple, if you are playing solo or playing battlegrounds, yeah, I recommend the ring. If you are playing with a big group, yeah, I don't recommend to use the ring. Anyway, it's a very good ring. So guys, it's all for today. I really hope you enjoyed the video, and I really hope that the video could help you get more information about the ring. In the near future, I will be doing a video with the build I'm using with the Oakensoul Ring. So if you enjoyed the video, subscribe the channel. I will leave you one of my builds, and I see you in the next one.